Yes, good day, good morning, good night, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to Dread and the Shabin, a podcast for those who want to be informed, impacted, and positively inspired. My name is Del Renester the Dread, and I am your host alongside the Shabin.
Tikea, hi.
Right. Hi, Tiki. How was your week?
It was a little stressful, honestly, but we're approaching Christmas, so that's always the case.
Is it cold where you are? Because it's cold right here. Well, at least
I
in
wish it was
Dominica.
cool. I wish it was cool. Maybe a
Uh,
little chilly, but yeah,
I'll send some Christmas breeze across to you. No problem.
yeah.
All right, cool. Well, today we will be discussing the trending topics over the past 2 weeks in Dominica. As you know, in Dominica, things change very, very quickly as it comes to trending topics. So we have to pick from a long list, and
Yeah,
we have three topics I think that the public would like to hear our views on. I'm not sure if you feel the same.
yeah, for sure. Dominica, we have our own little soaps going on.
Right.
Every day something going on.
And
Lots to choose from.
people have been calling for another calendar reading by signal because so many issues in the
Right.
country. Right, issues, my brother, issues, not my sister. Sorry. Well, so I'm hoping that you're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, because I am ready as well. And so our first topic to discuss or to debate, we'll be looking at the DNA testing. Should it be mandatory for fathers in Dominic? And just to give a little recap, of last week there was a big uproar on Facebook about this man who revealed his DNA test results, and the child was not his. And so there was a big outcry as to whether or not this thing is happening too often in Dominica, or just too often revealed on social media, should I say. And I think, for one, that we should definitely look at mandatory
Mandatory
testing.
testing, yeah.
Yes, what are your views?
Honestly, it's something that happening all over the world, and I was a little ignorant about the fact that it's not something that the parents automatically know. So to know that we don't even they don't even do like automatic testing upon
Right,
birth
right.
or anything like that. So I definitely feel like it should be something that they do at every hospital for every parent, because you just never know, and just to give that security to the father, because can you imagine supporting a child for how many years and then just to find out he's not your child? And a lot of the times there's no justice for the men in terms of like getting paid back what was owed to them in terms of supporting that child and whatnot.
As you know, I'm a new father, right? So this topic was kind of a touchy for me because I mean, a new father. My child looks exactly like me, but I've always looked at more the Maury show and other television shows where they say,
Yeah,
"You shall have my eyes, you shall have my nose, you shall have my this," and when the test results come out, everybody's running around because the child is not. Yes, so that's
yeah.
in that sense. I agree. We definitely need some testing. As to whether it is mandatory, is whether that is the issue. I think it should be left to the parents to request if or not they want DNA testing, and not make it mandatory. Sometimes, because in my case, I would just call. I would let's say that was a waste of resources, because I mean, me and my girlfriend have been together for 5 6 years now, and I know for a fact that both of us are faithful to one another. So if they'd asked me about mandatory testing, I would have basically said, "Oh, I'm not interested." And my son came out with the mirror image of me. If I had him here today, I would just put him next to me, and he would replace me in the podcast seamlessly. Nobody would know besides
Yeah,
our yes, nobody would know.
yeah. No, but I feel like some people could argue that, hey, like you said, two people married or just in a committed relationship for many years, and they feel secure in that, and it still had situations where they would never think to ask for testing, but later down in life, maybe the child needed a blood
But,
transfusion or
yeah,
something,
or
and they
some
end up doing
medical issue
tests.
come up.
Yeah,
Right.
and they realize that, hey, this is not the child's father and whatnot.
And sometimes it's
Like,
after a number of years.
right. So I guess in that case, they feel like, well, people, sometimes people could never be honest. You could never know in that case. So just make it mandatory.
Their circumstances, boy, let me tell you something about circumstances. You just never know. For instance, I know of I don't want to call names, so we're not calling names. I
Right.
promise you not to call names.
Right.
I know of an individual basically met the woman when she was already pregnant, but she wasn't aware. He himself wasn't aware. And later on in the relationship, she gave birth, and he's thinking it's his child because,
Right.
and she's thinking it's his child that she wasn't aware she was pregnant at the time that they met. And only years later, they're discovering that the child is not his for whatever
Right.
reason, and so that broke up their relationship. But at the end of the day, no one, I don't think none there is to blame. I was talking to just to bring up another point. I was talking to my cousin, and he said back in the day they never had those issues because the grandmother could just watch the child and say that man is is the father, but we don't have the grandmother the
Right.
grandmother vision these days. So
But I feel like, okay, well, maybe in the sense of, because right now you have to pay to get the
right,
test done and
yes.
whatnot. So if they want it to be mandatory, maybe it could be in that instance where the parents wouldn't have to pay because it's expensive, right, to get the
Right, right.
DNA testing.
But if I believe if they make it mandatory, then they will have to remove the burden of the cost on the parents. It will have to be
Right.
borne by the state, and that is probably again maybe the state cannot even afford the level of testing that would probably have to be done in case that is. But we have a national lab. We have national labs. We have labs here that can, I believe, handle DNA testing. Whether or not it's mandated by law is a different thing. We also, from what I know, we usually go to Jamaica or some other Caribbean country. Sorry, to whenever it's for the cuts at the University of the West Indies. That's where they do the testing. So maybe we need to equip our local labs to be certified to do DNA testing, and then maybe that can reduce the cost for the
I thought
test.
we could. I thought we're doing the testing here. We.
Yes, we probably. I think we do, but in terms of the cost and the certified lab and so forth,
Yeah.
the mandate. I think from what I understand is the University of the West Indies in Jamaica that does the testing. So
Okay.
yeah. But I'm sure maybe one of our medical labs, once they have the proper reagents and so forth, can do the DNA testing because in the lab at my workplace, I'm sure we can do the DNA testing. Whether or not our results will be legal in the eyes of illegal, then that is a different thing.
Yeah.
But we can do DNA because we do testing for DNA for animals, so it's not different for humans. You understand? So yeah. So if we have to vote for mandatory testing, how would you go? Yes, no, maybe.
I would vote yes because I remember a lot of people on social media was having that same discussion sometime earlier this year, and I gave my opinion and so on as well because some people were saying, well, it will have couples who may not necessarily want testing, and because they feel like they trust their partners and whatnot. But I mean, like, even if that is the case where you trust your partner, if you know testing mandatory, then just go for the test. Then you just know it will come out your way. In that sense.
And some people just don't want people to get involved in their business as well, so they don't want to go and the testing. They would rather find out some other way or not have to find out, not have to know at all. So in that case, I am for testing, but I'm not for it being mandatory. That's where I am. I think it should be based on the request of the partner and go through the legal process for the courts and get it done. Can we
Yeah,
move on to topic number two, or you want to have more to say on topic number one?
yeah. No, I'll just say, or at least to have it a bit cheaper. So if more people want to get it done, they can afford to do so.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. So we said we would give each topic 5 minutes. We are well. The topics are big topics, so if we go beyond, we're not going to kill ourselves over that. Our second topic has to do with um, I would have said, a very ticklish issue. We've entitled it Chances, 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 because it has to do with a voice note that has been circulating from a young person who's staying at the Chances facility in Dominica, which is a home for disadvantaged and marginalized children. I happen to have the recording, so I will play a short clip of the recording and then we can discuss the issue after. So here goes. Media houses in Dominica has received a shocking letter. The letter is addressed to the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, the Chief of Police, the Welfare Division in Dominica, and the Minister of Health, Kazani Laville. The letter, written by 18-year-old Aaliyah Andre on December 4th, 2024, reads, "My name is Aaliyah Andre, and I am a child living at Chances. I am writing this letter because I feel trapped, hopeless, and unheard. I, along with the other children here, endure constant abuse, neglect, and mistreatment. I do not know who else to turn to, but I am begging for someone to hear my cry and help us. The people entrusted with our care have turned this place into a source of pain and suffering. Mrs. X, who will not be named in this letter, who is supposed to be our protector, constantly belittles us. She mocks us by saying things like, open quote, what your parents couldn't do is what I was put here to do, end quote, throwing our parents' struggles and failures in our faces. She humiliates us in front of everyone, making us feel worthless and unloved. Her words cut deep, and she calls us ungrateful when all we long for is to be treated with kindness and respect." I think I'll pause it right there. The rest of the voice note goes to detail the exact abuse that the young persons or the children are facing at Chances. What was your first impression when you heard this voice notes?
Honestly, it made me, sad and disappointed and upset that, apparently that this is what is being done, because I mean these children are already going through a lot and they come here, hoping for some kind of help to be safe and whatnot, and for the people there to be apparently passing their frustrations on those children and making them feel worthless and whatnot. I don't understand why they have to be doing that.
Let me tell you, as you know, a child advocate in Dominica. I spent a lot of years dealing with child abuse and child sexual abuse. So this was and I was actually on the first board of Chances when it opened. So this was like a slap. I felt like it slapped me in the face. I did not even react to it on social media. I just stayed home quietly because I'm on vacation leave from work. And I just contemplated and said, but it feels like all the work, the hard work that has been done in the past is just for nothing. And it wasn't only because of the voice, nothing, but also because of some of the reactions and persons trying to politicize the issue as always and so forth. So I just felt like there's so much to be done in Dominican. We just, I don't know, taking steps backwards every time. And like you said, a place like Chances, that is a place that's supposed to house marginalized and disadvantaged children, protect them, and be a safe space for children. And now you have this letter accusing, and again, it's allegations. There is nothing that's confirmed or anything like that. Accusing of the management of abusing children. But the funny thing is that as of today, I have not heard any response, official response to the allegations, neither by not by any of the people that the letter was addressed to, not the Prime Minister, not the Honorable Kasani Laville, not the police, nobody. I've not heard a response. I've not seen. I've not a video, not a voice, not anything in response to the allegations. And I just feel like we're hurting our children in Dominica. We don't take these things seriously. If I was in the position of power, following the police would have been at Chances investigating, doing interviews with the children, isolating them, isolating into interviews so that they themselves can speak.
Right.
and so they don't feel confronted or anything like that, and have some sort of counselor down and chances to get statements from the children. I've,
Right.
I've told you like today, I've not had any official response, not even from welfare division that is responsible for chances. I just don't know what's going on in this place, to be honest with
And it's so weird because all of a sudden they just post a picture, the police make a visit to chances or whatever, showing the
you. Yeah,
children
I
gifts or
saw that
whatever.
picture and I was like, a photo up during this time. You're not even talking about the investigations, you know. And the thing
Right.
is, they are posing. The police is posing with the alleged abuser and the children. What are you telling? What is the message you're sending out when you are as the police was supposed to be investigating? You're posing with the abuser. People don't look at the optics. People don't look at the message behind those things. I just felt like they can never live in us no choice in Dominica but to take those issues into our own hands and to well, I don't want to go there. Yeah, let me stop right there.
Yeah, because I just feel like if you're trying to tell us, well, you're looking into the situation, that is not the best way to do that. Put out a
Exactly.
statement and say, okay, we went by chances, we spoke to the children, XYZ, da 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 da. You just posting a picture of you and the children and whatnot. What are supposed to, they're not telling us anything.
If the photo was just the police and the children, I would have no issue with that. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because yeah, they could have been questioning them, doing interrogation and so forth. But they're still looking in their uniforms, looking so intimidating and so forth. So remember, these are children you're talking to, marginalized children. But you posing with the alleged abuser, and the alleged abuser has a baby in hand, smiling. The image just not fitting the situation, to be honest. And I think we can do a lot better in Dominica. The police can do a lot better. These things should be taken more seriously. I don't understand why in 2024 we still have situations like that. We mishandle in situations like that. Don't, they don't how I say it now, they don't observe how other countries take these things so very seriously. The children are the future of the country. You don't abuse children and get away with it in other countries. This is a very very serious situation, and we just feel like I just feel like we're smiling and that's brushing things aside, brushing that aside. I understand if you want to brush a thief aside, a voyeur aside, those petty crimes aside, but things like that, no, you take that seriously. You bring on the long arm of the law, and you make some arrests. First of all, she should have been arrested and held for questioning. The same way they can hold all kind of people in for questioning based on all kind of a rumor and stuff. They could have held her in for questioning and do their
Right.
investigations. Let show have a show of force. Let us know you're doing something to protect our children. You just smiling in a photo op. That disappointed me so much.
Yeah, because how do we know that? Because I mean, now everybody know about the letter. Everybody know who wrote the letter, and
Exactly.
so what are you trying to say? The alleged abuser still in the same place with the same child who just reported them,
I
and they
know.
don't know what that going on. Right.
I'm sure there are other cases like that, we've been because one child will not just sit there and write a situation like that, and other children for that in the same institution is not going for it. I believe there are other children that in that situation who are going for the same type of abuse, maybe not to as severe or such, but still, one child being abused is too many, too many children being abused. To be honest,
Yeah, and I just feel like, honestly, I'm not surprised nothing being done because at the end of the day, we've reached the level in the country where nothing is really taken seriously. We as a people not standing up for ourselves, so the authority just going and go on with their lives without worrying about anything because we're not doing anything about it.
and I have a feeling that none of the people who were addressed in the letter going to respond in no official capacity, to be honest. So once and again, we just sweeping it under the rug, and that is it. But I'm hoping by something happens because Lord have mercy, help my country. To be honest, honest.
Yeah, I don't know what on is literally case where you say like people have to take it into their hands in the sense of like somebody going up there, maybe talking to the children and just seeing how they can probably help or something, because it's like unless somebody another adult will probably advocate for the children, it does seem like nothing going to be done.
True, and I wish we had some investigative journalists in Dominica, somebody that would take it upon themselves to go further behind the story. Probably, like you say, interview a few of the other children to get their side of the story. Um, Probably interview some of the staff as well, and get some information. But we are left to wonder. We are left to speculate, and nothing will come from that. No, like was said, the Mrs. X, I won't call her name, Mrs. X. She's well connected. If you want to, if you now leave it at that, she's well connected.
Okay.
If we do a background search, a background check on her, we'll see she's well connected, and that tells me everything I need to know. That discussion even depressed me, to be honest.
Honestly, because it's
Yeah,
like we know like
yeah.
nothing going to be done. We're not sure where to really take it from here. So it's like what to do. But I don't know. Maybe maybe
Well,
put the
I'm calling
we can put the idea out there and maybe somebody will go up there and talk to those children. I don't know.
I'm calling on the NGO community. Really, to be honest, that's the only call I can really make. The NGO community, yes, there's the NGO coalition for the protection of children and children. I'm calling on them to make a statement, to make a stand, to do something. I know there was some rally last week. To be honest, and I wasn't able to attend. I wish I was able, but I wasn't able.
They had a rally.
Yeah, there was a rally to do children and protection of children last week. I was outside the office of the People's with Disabilities office in Goodwill. I was only found out about an hour or two before, and I was unable to attend. But I'm hoping that if one thing comes out from the situation is that the NGO coalition is revamped and they can be active again. I used to be involved before it fizzled out, but I'm hoping that if it is revamped, I'm definitely going to put myself forward again in terms of participating and getting, because too much is happening, and maybe now as I have the boy, I even feel more moved to action, and I was always moved to action when it comes to children, especially Dominican children. Yeah. Can we move on? Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yes, you can move on.
All right, cool, cool. Our last topic of the day, which is I think, and that is the topic that has, or that is the issue that has been trending over the past few days in Dominica. There were three hot music videos released, three Booyah songs, uh,
Right.
and we are basically going to be discussing the impact of those songs in the first 3 4 days that they've been out, and what we liked about the music videos, what we didn't like. I probably will give my the top three in the order I like the songs. I don't know if you want to do that as well. But we're talking about Without You, Living, and Foreplay, which is Foreplay by Colton T. So, first of all, which order we taking? We taking the order they were released or in the order that we have it on our list there?
Let's
Because
do it in the order they were released. I
okay,
think
Colton T
music
was first.
Coat and Tea was first. Right.
Yes. So, well, I will come on plain and say what I think Colton T. I think it was a soft pun, soft to Boyo Rhythm, and well, of course, it reminded me of some videos I used to watch on BT before, BT on Court late at night. That's just what it looked like to me. And so, um, I guess he went for the shock and awe effect, and so he
Right.
thought that would trend because
Mhm.
a few weeks before the video release, he was posting pictures and clips and so forth on social media. So
Yeah.
we knew something spicy was coming.
Mhm.
I didn't expect it to be that spicy. But what were your thoughts on the video?
Honestly, when I saw the video, it was cringy to me. But it was cringy to me because I understand it's supposed to be like, a sexy video and whatnot, but okay, normally if you're making a video like that, you want to be the case where like normally you want to see the girl excited and the boy doing his thing. But it
Right,
was
right.
like the girl was more serious. She didn't really have much facial expressions, and Colton he was the one making all the facial expressions. So to me that was kind of off balance to me.
Mm-hmm.
On personally, I feel like when I watch a video, it remind me of Dexter Dab video. I think is his underwear video. I can't remember
Oh
the
yes, I remember that video by
right.
Dexter.
So in my head, I'm like, this is a bedroom song. So to me, I just feel like it should have a different rhythm, not a booyah beat. I don't think it
Alright.
should have a booyah beat on it. I don't know why he chose
Well,
this song specifically a
mm,
booyah song because
well,
I can
mm.
already see it playing in a jam or anything like that. If you get what I'm saying,
Well, for some, you remember, we have to remember he's foremost, sorry, a dancehall artist, and
right?
he's releasing a Boyo album. So that's the first song in the album, and so it even the flow of his song, it sounds like a dancehall flow. It just
Right,
happens to be on a Boyo beat. So I think he's, or I'd say it, transitioning gradually into Booyah. He sees it's the hot thing right now, and maybe he's not getting enough traction in as a dancer
right,
artist. But the song, and even the song and the video doesn't really, the word in terms of the lyrics and the video doesn't really flow, because he's going to make the girl wet, he's going to make her sweat and all those things, and I'm yet to see the young lady wet. I'm yet to see her. I don't know. So I really do. I don't.
yeah,
I don't want to. Like, it's not a criticism.
right.
It's a critique. You know. So
It's a
I think that the lyrics should follow. And the song name is foreplay. Foreplay is what happens before sex,
right,
right? And the song shows what's happening all throughout the sex scene. So
right.
you lose me right there, because it's foreplay. You're not supposed to go that deep into the sexual act if it's foreplay. So,
I feel
and
like it's a good song, but it was just executed badly then.
right. And yeah,
Yeah,
if it does a dance all, I think it will be better received. I think
yeah,
it's the first time that a Buyo has been so graphic in terms of visuals, not in terms of lyrics, but in terms of visuals, because people have been singing about all kind of things in Buyo, but we've never
right.
really seen a video depict what the
Exactly.
lyrics
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
I feel like
So
if you're going to do Booyah, then you have to think about like the setting we just really play Booyah in
right.
for him to
Well,
know. Okay, well that song is not the best song to do for Booyah.
true.
Yeah.
Well, I still give him a passing grade, in terms of because
Yeah.
he, in terms of lyrics, in terms of the visuals and everything, it was well shot. Some persons were saying they wish they had more, well, different angles. Sorry to the, but as you know,
Yeah.
Dominicans are Dominicans, yeah. But I give him a passing grade for his attempt, and I want to encourage him to continue along the Boyo, because that's our favorite genre in Dominica. Give or take,
Right.
anything that comes. So if he wants to make inroads, I think Buyo is where he has to go. The second video now is
Leaving Me came out second, I think.
no, the one if Just Fine. I call it Just Fine. Without You. Yeah, it came
Without
out
You.
second. It came out
Oh,
about
okay, okay, okay.
half an hour before. It's not really. It's very close. Same day, half
Okay,
an hour
okay.
before. Right. And
Honestly, that one is my favorite.
why? I just want to ask. I was asking.
Honestly, it's my favorite for the intro for Shaq's lyrics
I love
for
Shaq's
his
lyrics.
cat.
Right.
To me, just like setting the hype.
True.
It's setting the hype.
And then you have Nice just bumping from behind and coming in for killer verse and
So I like how each of them have their part and each of their part was well executed and so on.
right.
But so it's like the whole song good, but just I find for the song to hype up the song, I
Hmm.
like the starting like that. So I like
Right.
that one a lot.
There were some comments. I saw some comments and I looked at the lyrics. Not really. too much of the lyrics now, but in terms of the areas in the lyrics, I felt it was cringy too. In relation to where the guys talking about you lucky I know your mother and you lucky I know your brother. I think that was trilogy line. You would have to call the police, something, 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 something. They
Mm.
were speaking. They were saying that it conjures up images of domestic violence. So because a girl
Oh,
leave you, you want to beat her, and so forth.
oh, okay, okay.
So kind of yeah. In that aspect, I mean, I heard the comments. I went and listened to the lyrics, and I understood. But in the same breath, art imitates life, and life imitates art. So you have to
I
be
don't
your,
know.
your
For me, when I heard it, it
um,
just sounding like something that a typical Dominican would
you
say
would
or
say,
something.
right, right,
So
right.
in that aspect, I think it's just a way to relate to the people and
And
whatnot.
that's why I'm saying
Yes.
in this case, I think it's art imitating life, and not he trying to encourage anybody to do that
Right.
kind of basically. It's like a reporter saying what happened or what
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I can pass him on that. I can give him a little knowing the kind of person he is.
Yeah.
I can give him a pass on that. To me, the lyrics in that song was just in most parts of the song was very nice. It's a song I sing with all my hearts, to be honest. um, in my previous episode, I spoke about my GoPro. So this
Yeah.
Buyo situation that we're in right now, it speaks to me
Yeah.
very well. And so this song I sing it all the time. My in fact, for the past 3 days, every day I listening. When I working, when I cleaning, I listening to it. It's just a vibe to me. And like you said, the intro and
Yeah.
the nice, see, nice has a different energy to all the other artists. He just brings out the song beautifully to me. Yeah,
I really like the video too, like just the concept of like, shooting in the
in the studio,
studio, and it's like, everybody jamming and they feeling
right?
each other
A
self and
unity kind of brotherhood kind of situation. I like, yeah, that's what we
yeah,
need. That's what we need. And
honestly.
yeah, I want that song to go far to a million plus views, so that the artists and them can get their just dues from their efforts.
Yeah, it was really good. And as much as my favorite is Shaq's intro, I also like Quan Dog part.
Yeah,
He's the last one. And honestly, I didn't
that's
know who he
yes.
was. Honestly, I didn't
Neither
know who
me,
he was.
not,
When
not,
they
neither
say
me.
when they say Quan Dog, I was like, which one is
With
Quan Dog?
Kwan, I thought it was original Kwan, to be honest. I thought that's you
Yeah.
is Kwan Dan, Kwan Dog, and there's too many Kwans.
So when so when I see his picture on the Backstreet Boys flyer, I was like, but
Right.
which
That's
one
not
is that?
Kwan. I know, right?
Yeah, so I had to go and look him up. I check him, but wait a while, he's a Dominican, he from
Yes.
maybe from the French country. I don't know.
You know why I know he's a Dominican? He spoke about Toli, and once you mention that he's Dominican, Saint Lucia that speak like that. So unless he is up among Dominicans, yeah. So I
Yeah,
figured,
yeah, but I really like his lyric too.
yes, I love this verse as well. Yeah, it was a little different and it ended this song very very well. Yeah. So the next song is "Living" or "Living You." Ah, go first. Go first. Tell me
I
your
really
thoughts.
I really like it. Not just for the visuals and the actual video and the storytelling in the video, but also, I just feel like I just so happy to see that finally I getting what I wanted from Buyo, which is like
Right.
good lyrics, good reading.
A nice little story behind
Right,
it.
good
Right.
lyrics, good reading. We can pull it off, and they just showing that we can pull it off. So
Right.
as I really like the video, I like Kwan. I like his
Good
cat
boy.
and pet song. I like his vibe. So I enjoy the video. I like the song. I feel like it's another song that will blow up. And
Yes.
Taffy, everybody know Taffy channel seems to be the go-to
Very
channel for
popular.
Booyah.
Yes.
So
When you want that song to blow up,
right. So
definitely
yeah,
DJ Taffy. And so far, it is leading in terms of in between the three. Is the one that's leading in terms of views on YouTube.
yeah. But that's not surprising because again,
No,
it's Taffy channel and whatnot.
right, exactly. And his verse, I think he's growing as a singer too. I don't because few years ago, you would not hear Taffy on a song. You know he do the beat.
Yeah,
But now, yeah, yeah, and I like that. I like that you have to show your transition. You have to show your evolution, your development. So the more you can come on the songs and sing and so forth. Yeah, I'm liking that. So
yeah.
and in the in the three, that's my favorite song. This one is my favorite in the top three. It goes leaving you to without you to foreplay. That's how it is.
Well, Without You is my favorite, and then Living.
Okay. So we have it.
Honestly, Coldplay not really on my list to be honest, but
But to be
it's
honest, if we had brought in other songs, it would have probably gone down. But it's three songs we decided to look at. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I feel like it's such a. I feel like I wish we had know more about Little Boy before,
I
because
know.
Little Boy have
Um,
his own songs. He do
yes,
him
he have his own songs. I've seen
and
listened to some
whatever
of
and
his
so
songs.
on. So
But
I wish I'd know about him a little bit earlier. But he really adding a
yeah, but
he
initially
really
he was
adding
mainly
something to the Booyah.
targeting the French country. So most of his bouillon songs were Creole or French based. So he wasn't really promoting much. But now that he has, or I'd say, I don't know his transition again. As I was, now that he's
Yeah.
making songs for
Collaborated with
right,
our artists and so on.
right. He's a Dominican, you know. In fact, his father is
Yeah,
Dominican, raised in
um,
Martinique, I believe,
yeah,
but Dominican. And so, what I love about it is that now there's a unity in the bouillon. I'm not hearing of no more infighting. There may be infighting, in the background and so forth.
yeah.
Because there's always a tension here or there, but still, right now
I
in
mean,
terms of
you can see who that united and who that kind of
right.
separate, but at least we're happy to see that at least majority of the artists can come together and make
And
something.
work together, yes, and make a beautiful songs. So I want to encourage them to continue. To be honest, we're in December. Carnival is late February, I believe, early March. And so they have about three more months to release some beautiful songs for us. I intend to be on the road. I'm not sure for you. I'm breaking my hiatus. I haven't gone to Carnival for about 5 years. So next year, yeah, every now and then I break my hiatus and I go to Carnival and then I stop, take a 5 years, go back. So this year I'm going to be Signal Band, Juve Band. Yeah, I in that. And when you see me on the road, if I drunk and it's early, don't check me. Yeah, it's breakaway.
I won't be home for Carnival.
Oh, okay. Well, you watch me on MO News Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, there were other trending topics of the week. As you know, there was an issue with a certain gentleman. I'm not calling names. We're not calling names. We promise. In terms of he conning young people, vulnerable people out of their monies. Sticky here, I'm telling you, I know you're involved in marketing and so forth. If anybody contacts you, anybody from the Vegas community who lives in St. Lucia, who's Dominican by birth, but lives in St. Lucia, contacts you to do marketing for Jordan and Shabin, tell them we are not interested. Tell them yeah,
Hey,
not interested in that. So we will do our own little bit of marketing here and there how we can, and we will grow our channel and our podcast as organically as we can. So that's it from me. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add before we wrap up.
let me just say that um, when it comes to our artists, everyone trying something right now, and I really wish that Fetty Mac would get proper representation to push his music as well, because I feel like he's one of our best artists in terms of versatility and talent and so on. And it just make me so sad to see like not really getting that kind of help and
Let me tell
support
you,
and push.
his recently released album, he released that song Willie. I mean that song is so creative. He took a little bit from Kassav. I understand the reason for that. Of course, you only target the French market; they have a larger audience. But
Mm.
when you listen to the rest of the album, it's just beautiful, beautiful songs.
Yeah.
Songs. I like you
Great
say.
songs for the road too for Carnival.
I don't understand why he's not getting the push or the love from the Dominican public, or if he need to get the DJs on his side a little bit more, so they can at least push his music to the public. But I think he's growing in terms of the art form, and in years to come, he will be as big as the other artists. He just needs to continue along the route he's on. Maybe he needs to invest in management as well too. I'm not sure who is his
Yeah,
manager, if he had or he has a manager.
I
But
think he's independent right now, so that's why
he
I
should
don't
he
need a
should look
manager.
in terms of manager. Even if he's not a full time manager or somebody that can do promotions for him, especially social media promotions, TikTok, and so forth.
Yeah,
That's the way the artists have to go now. So that is not my forte. I know you're a person that involved in a lot of social media marketing, so maybe you can reach out to him and get him to see your side, and probably in the next podcast you can tell me that you are now have a new title, Petty Max social media manager or just Petty Max manager. Yeah, I wish
no,
that for you.
no, that one is a completely different ball game. Right?
Ah,
I wish.
ah,
That one is a completely different ball game. But yeah, I hope he gets the support that he needs. Hopefully, a manager will reach out to him and see his potential and whatnot.
yeah, right. Well, yes, I take that into consideration. I'm hoping that he hears somebody probably sending I will send the link to this podcast so he can tell him to listen to the advice in the end. And I'm hoping that he takes it because he's somebody I know as well, from one person. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
know him too. Yeah.
So yeah. So that's a wrap. We are coming to the end of our podcast. I'm hoping that you enjoyed the conversation, Tikia. Did you?
I did. I did.
Right. I'm hoping that our viewers also will get something from this podcast. So we are growing with our topics, and we just want to ensure that as we go forward, we continue to entertain, we continue to inform, and inspire, of course. We hope that you found this podcast informative, inspiring, and maybe even a little thought provoking to get some ideas. Something. May plant a seed somewhere that can grow into a tree and bear fruits later on. So, Tikia, you have anything else you want to add before we end the podcast?
Just to let everyone know that if they have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future topics, please feel free to reach out to us on social media, on our page, or leave a comment on our channel, our YouTube channel.
Right. Okay. Once again, good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm from coming from the dread.
Coming from the Caribbean, enjoy the rest of your day.
Right. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.